Morning, everyone. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
Just
like how Tommy had like spirit fingers today.
right, yeah. I'm energized. Like I told you, I slept in, so I got a little bit more energy this morning. Maybe I should do that more often.
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
All right. So, anyways, today we're going to be talking about the international shipping with Pirate Ship Simple Export. I want to understand more about it. Excuse me. Nate's going to be joining us in a while. He's got some things he's doing right away this morning, but I want to understand more of it. I'd like to take advantage of it, but I don't want to jump into it because I don't want to do it wrong and end up sending something and I don't know, just it not work out right. So once he gets in, we'll dive into that a little deeper. I know you use it though, right?
Yeah, I do both still. It just depends. If it's like a shiftier type, I base it on the customer. If they ask for it, I'll do it, and then also if they don't seem shifty, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because I've dealt with a lot of shiftier international customers, so I still kind of use discretion with it.
See, I've never had anybody ask me, "Hey, can you ship this differently?"
Yeah, I'm getting it more and more now.
Are you? It looks like we have a few people in here already. You want to say good morning, Anthony? Because you're so good at it, man.
Absolutely. Good morning to Steven Scroggins. You get those brownie points this morning. You're the first one in, followed by Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning to Craig, Landshark Picker. Glad to see you, buddy. Kelly, Hip Flippin' Mama. Glad to see you here, Kelly. You are amazing. She actually cut off a live for us this morning, so thank you so much. You've been a wonderful friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good morning to, you might want to say it, Tommy, them flipping crooters.
Them flipping crooters.
Good morning, Michelle Lathan. Veronica, the cherry picker. Jameson's Closet, good morning to you. Dad's Vintage Garage, how you doing, John, all the way from Virginia? Eric Bischoff, my favorite WCW personality. Swamp Picker, hey Glenn, good to see you, buddy. Chris, Old School Picker, what's up, man? I Buy Sell Sparkle, what's going on? Good to see you today. Kelly Howe, thanks for being here.
Just for the record, I Buy Sell Sparkle is previously Dab Kitty Sparkle.
Gotcha. Okay.
I seen that in a chat the other day. I was like, "Who's that? That's a new name I haven't seen before." And then she said, "I'm Dab Kitty Sparkle."
Nice. Tracy Uniquely Me's in the house. What's up, Tracy? Good to see you. I was watching the show last night, and I was thinking, like, one of these mornings, we should have Tommy and Tracy on, and have, like, the night show invade the morning show.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
David Rubino, good to see you. BK Vetting and Flipping, what's up, Matt? Good to see you. All the way out there in Arizona. That desert heat.
That's where I want to be right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Cool. Yeah, just let us know when you both are available, Tracy. At any time, like Tommy and I are very flexible. Doesn't matter if it's on his channel or my channel.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would be a good morning.
Yeah. I'd be curious to know. Yeah, invasion is a wrestling term. Absolutely. I love it. I'd be curious to know how many of you guys are using the Simple Export already. Maybe a 1 if you are, and a 2 if you're not.
Yeah, it'd be
Debbie Does Sales, good morning to you.
Yeah, I'm real curious too. I want to use it. I know you have to. I don't remember how I did it. What do you do? Message them or email them or something and ask them to apply the feature to your account? It's not like right?
You just go on their website. On the side, there's a little chat with us tab. You just click on that and say, hey, I'd like to add the Simple Export. It looks like it's a good mix. people who aren't. So I think this will be a good topic for today. Like I said, I do use it. Whenever I first saw Lonnie drop the video where he explained how to do it, I went and got it that day, and I've been using it a little bit here and there. At first, I did it just to kind of save myself a little bit of money, just on the process. If it was like a decent customer, what I mean, I'd head over there and shave a little bit off. I had one guy from Canada who. This is right after I had that huge video game score with all the GameCube games and stuff I bought. I had one guy from Canada buy 9, and I really wanted to give him a good deal. So I, that was right around the time I got the Simple Export. So I went over there and hooked him up. It's just insane, the prices, especially to Canada. Because really, from me, I can send something to Canada the same distance I'd send something to Tommy. So
Right. Yeah, that's so it is here too. It's right above us. So. I mean, I've used it once. The reason I signed up for it is because I sent some stuff to Cliff.
Yeah.
That he won at one of our auctions, but that's the only time I really used it. The reason I don't use it more, offer shipping myself. Everything I do is global shipping through eBay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen other channels and other people on YouTube talk about, when they use the Simple Export, how it really boosted their international sales, which makes sense because I know the global shipping's high.
Yeah.
But how do you, I don't know how you calculate that. I mean, if you don't know where in the world you're going to ship it, how do you know what to put for a shipping cost?
I have a little screenshot I took off the computer that might make that a little bit easier. And I know this before too. Okay, so here's the breakdown. Can you see that good, Tommy? You might want to make that.
Let me make you big. All right.
Okay, so this is the breakdown, and I accidentally trimmed the top off. But the first column there, that is Canada. The second column there is the rest of the world. So those are the shipping rates that you're going to have by weight per Canada.
It's pretty much almost like a flat rate, no matter where you send it.
Oh, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yep. So it's a flat rate. So that's the breakdown. So depending on how much your item weighs, when you go to list it, you can go and you can actually put the shipping in there. And what I'll do sometimes is I'll even pad it a little bit. Like, for example, I might charge $9 or, like a buck more just to like cover handling and stuff like that on international. And what you can do is you can set it up 2 different international shippings. You can set up one for Canada and you can set up one for worldwide. So if they're in Canada, they can go and select the international shipping option to Canada. And if they're somewhere else, they can select, wherever they're from or whatever,
Okay.
So that's essentially it. There's just a breakdown, half pound to 4 pounds. And those are the rates you can expect.
See, I didn't know it was like that. I thought okay, if I'm going to send it to Europe, it's going to be a different price than if I send it to Australia, So I was like, how do you figure all that in? I didn't realize it was a flat like that, which is good to know.
B-Fair is asking, can I link Pirate Ship to a website? Have you heard of Viparcell? I've never heard of Viparcell. No, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, to be honest with you. Okay, so Debbie's asking, why do people put all the Pirate Ship in bags? That's only for cubic shipping, Debbie. Essentially what that is you can put a box in an 18 by 8, up to an 18 by 18 poly bag, and that can be considered cubic shipping, which essentially, say the box weighs 20 pounds. It might cost you $20, $30 to ship that priority. If you ship that cubic, you're going to be spending right around the $8 mark, depending on where you're sending it. So it drastically cuts down the cost that you're actually shipping stuff at. There's a big gray area in and a lot I've seen online as far as cubic goes. But the official stance is it has to fit in an 18 by 18 poly bag. You know what I mean? Like whenever I first learned of it, I thought that it was, you could just wrap a 18 by 18 box, in a garbage bag and ship it out that way. But if you get caught doing it that way, then you could get penalized. And like, if you do it enough, it could be considered like mail fraud or something like that. Tommy knows a little bit better than me because he's actually gone and talked to his postmaster about it in depth. So
yeah, and basically you hit it right on the head. If it can fit in an 18 by 18 bag, you get that cubic rate, which is a lot better than the weight and distance weight or rate. So I mean that's really all there is to it. If it fits in a bag, no bigger than 18 by 18. I mean that's the best way to ship. And if you have like, I don't have any 18 by 18 bags right now. I have 14 by 18, but I shipped out something yesterday. I can't even remember what it was, but I ended up cutting like 8 inches off the 18. I cut it down to a 10 by 14. And that even saved more money yet, because it's not the size of the package. You can tape your bag down in your corners. There was a thing about that too, whether you can or not. You can tape your corners down and everything. But what the cubic rate goes on is based on the actual size of that bag. So if you can shave a few inches off of it, go ahead and do it. And you have to cut it off though, because if for some reason they would want to inspect it, they're going to go by the actual size of the bag laid flat. And here, Jameson's Closet, she's got a question. Do you have the weights in your items that are listed on eBay? I do not have weights, so I'd have to go in and add all the weights. And I imagine she's talking about the weights for your internet. You'd have to know the weight of your product for the international shipping, right?
Yeah, if you're going to set it up as the automatic, I mean, honestly, it's good practice to have all of the weight for your items listed in your listing anyway. For me, all of my shipping that I do, for the most part, unless it's like a trading card, I do calculated shipping on almost everything. I'm starting with some of the simple export to do just a flat rate to those parts of the world, but for the most part, it's a good practice to have an accurate weight on your items when you go to list them. I know for me, like I do so much shipping now, a lot of times I'll just guess what the weight is and type it into eBay, and then when it comes time to ship, I know that I'm probably within a few ounces of the accurate weight, so it never hurts me, and sometimes it actually nets me a little bit more money for handling. But for the most part, if you don't know that, I would say just toss it on a scale real quick when you go do your listing, just so that way you don't ever short yourself on shipping.
Yeah. Mama says, at the Bargain Effect, what's a mama got to do to get a wrench around here? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're blue. At least he is now.
It's hard to tell if you're not actually on. There's a good, pretty little sale I just had right here, $25. Little action figure. But it's hard to tell if you're not actually popping out the YouTube chat now, like who's blue and who's not, because on StreamYard, they all just look black.
Right.
So I would like to see if they could differentiate that and even add in the options to, wrench people over there.
See, she's blue now. Yeah, because I have the chat up over here so I can see like who's blue and not.
Yeah.
I don't look at it too much unless I keep one that's doing a live scroll, and then I use the other one to scroll through and see what's we missed,
Yeah.
She feels special now. You are special.
Absolutely. You're the mother of the reselling community.
We're not saying, no, I'm not saying what kind of special, but you're special. Yeah. So, like one of the questions, I know Nate was doing a little research last night on it, but like I've seen a lot of YouTubers say they don't ship to certain countries because of how their mail system works, or there's not tracking available there, and how, that's my biggest thing. How do I know what countries to stay away from? I mean, there's so many.
That's probably more of a Nate question, because I don't really know that answer yet, to be honest with you. And that's another reason I keep the simple export, not simple export, the global shipping available too on some stuff. Because if it's some like shyster from some kind of like crazy country, coming at me with like some kind of crazy request, then I'm sorry, I only offer global shipping, and I make sure that as soon as it hits Kentucky, it's eBay's problem.
Right. I mean, I like the global shipping because of the protections it offers.
Yeah.
I know once it leaves Kentucky, I don't worry about it no more.
I guess Michelle put a link to the countries up above, but
really?
Because she doesn't have a wrench either.
Oh, what the heck? I'm slipping. She should have had a wrench a long time ago.
If it was my channel, Michelle, you'd be getting wrenched officially.
If she can drop it again, that'd be great.
Here, everybody just have one. Boom. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench.
Yeah. Did you see when Alex, Batman Flipper, did that one night? He was just went on a wrench handout craze. Yeah. He didn't even know people. He's like, "You're getting a wrench. If you act up, I'll take it away."
Yeah.
Good
morning, stuff from Sally, Tom, the Queen City Picker. Good to see you guys. Alabama Thrifter. Good morning to you. Moronic Pest. Good morning. Good morning, Kimmy, Borderline Hoarderish.
Let's see. Moronic Pest is when. Let me see. Where is that? Let me bring it up here. When I used to ship overseas, I wouldn't ship to Brazil, Peru, and would never ship toys to Italy. Now I use GPS, so they'll ship anywhere.
Yeah, I actually ship to Brazil a lot. Like that's one of the countries that seem to be popping up a lot as far as the stuff I sell, at least.
Okay, yeah, she reposted that link. I went there. It's a list of countries with USPS eDelcon international tracking. Provides a full package tracking to 45 countries. Well, that's cool. And then the other question that I would have, and this is what he was trying to research, like I know certain countries you can't send certain things to. Like there's countries, I don't remember what it is, but like you can't even send clothes there.
Oh wow.
You can't.
Yeah, some like you can't send perfume, some you can't send clarinet music.
Yeah. So I mean, how are you supposed to know all that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like when you list on eBay, does it not make it eligible? Does it, like in those countries if people are searching, not show it to them people so you don't have to worry about it? Or what? I don't know.
I would imagine that some people are still trying to get over on their country too, like trying to get those items that they're not supposed to have. But I mean, those are such stupid rules. Like, really, you can't have clarinet music?
Yeah, okay, so like Kelly says, Italy will not allow you to import or export of leather goods. So if I have a leather jacket, which I do occasionally post on eBay, do the people in it, does eBay just not allow them to see it because it's labeled as leather, or are they able to purchase it and now I can't ship it to them? That's what I'm worried about dealing with.
Do you have the idea, Moronic Pest, why they do that? Like, if toys aren't made of wood, they confiscate them. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I would be like, if I was like the person who like did the mail in Italy, I'd have like the coolest toy collection. I would just go through and I'd like be pulling all the cool stuff for myself. And I'd sell it back on eBay. That's what I need to do. That's going to be my new job. I'm going to go to Italy and I'm going to be a package inspector. And that's going to be how I source.
Yeah, see, so Tracy said, yeah, they can still purchase. You would need to cancel the order, and that's what I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with having to cancel orders. I don't want to have to deal with, okay, I'm selling this item. Now let me look up every country to see if I can make it available to ship there or not. That'd be way too time consuming.
Well, I think you're going to have that issue anyway, even with GSP.
Well, GSP, if you use GSP, it only shows it to people that can buy it.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's why I'm saying I don't know.
My thought process behind the whole thing is I think GSP is going away anyway.
You think so?
Why would eBay managed payments not allow GSP? Like, they've completely removed it from that because eBay's moving into the managed payments eventually. Eventually, they're going to completely phase out PayPal. So
right, but eBay saying by spring that it's supposed to incorporate GSP.
Oh, it is supposed to incorporate GSP.
Yep,
Okay.
it is supposed to. Why they didn't do it off the bat, I don't know. Maybe because, see, when you use GSP, there's two different transactions that happen.
Yeah.
There's a transaction for the purchase of your item, and then there's the transaction of the GSP shipping fees. You know, so maybe through that new merch account they got, that 80 on or whatever, they didn't know how to separate, because it comes in as one payment. Now they got to separate it. eBay gets their portion and we get ours. I don't know.
I'd be curious to know how much money eBay makes off of the GSP. Like, are they lining their? I would assume they have to be lining their pockets, because if they're offering, like, to take care of any returns that come through, or I mean, like, any issues that are wrong with the package once it hits Kentucky, like, offering to take on that big of a hit. I mean, imagine how many packages probably come back and have to be dealt with by eBay a year. You know, there has to be some form of kickback they're getting to make that like something they're willing to deal with.
Yeah, I had a situation like that. Like Jim and Tara says, they had a wood crate. GSP got to the shipping center. They sent a message that they cannot ship, and they gave the buyer the money back and let them keep their money.
Oh, that's cool.
I had a situation with that with an electronic. I don't remember where it was going. It was an electronic, and they said that they could not forward it to where it needed to go. So they refunded the buyer. I was able to keep my money, and then whatever they do with the product, it probably ends up in a liquidation pallet somewhere.
Yeah. And I would be curious to really talk with a high volume international seller. Just
right.
to see how much of a difference, like, and if they have some kind of a spreadsheet or something that breaks down the difference that offering the simple export has made to their business. Because, like I said, I still use both. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, because I'm going to stay on PayPal as long as I can, just because I use the PayPal debit card. I'm doing a PayPal working capital loan, so the more PayPal transactions I have, the quicker my loan gets paid down. So I'm going to stick with that as long as possible, but I like the option of using both still.
And then I wonder what's going to happen. Like, you're not going to be able to use, like I say, you're not unless there's a way to, but like after they merge over to the managed payments where that's just what you got.
Yeah.
I imagine like the PayPal working capital loans are going to go away. You know, unless you're doing outside sales and invoicing, you know, and they show that you're bringing in money that way.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot of other platforms that don't even use PayPal.
Right. Yeah, like Macari, they don't use PayPal.
Yep.
You have to transfer that into your bank account. eBay, Amazon doesn't use PayPal.
Yep.
And I know there's a lot of videos I've seen up in chat further up that Lonnie did a video. I must have missed it. Did a video earlier this week, garage flips. How he calculates or figures out his simple export rate for listing.
Yeah.
And Katie and Vicky put out a while back a good video on how to use the simple export and set it up. But I haven't come across any videos that are actually answering the questions that I have about it.
Yeah.
and I'm hoping Nate knows.
Well, Nate, from what I understand, has gone to like just simple export. Like he's replaced global shipping completely with simple export at this rate. So,
Right.
But then again, like I don't know the number of, for example, international sales he does. You know, say per week, per month. You know, per year, whatever. You know, so that'll be interesting to see. You know, I know like his store is a lot smaller than mine, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's not doing more business than me either.
Right.
Because, for example, like my store is considerably bigger than Tommy Bernard's, but he blows me out of the water as far as sales, the money he's making, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't really think you can look at the size of the store and really gauge a good view whether or not, you know, their statistics or whatever they would say about a certain thing is relevant or not, in my opinion. You know, like I'm sure you and I, Tommy, probably do similar numbers, and your store is even considerably smaller than mine, right? Aren't you like in like the 300-400?
Yeah, I'm right now. I think I can tell you here in a second, but yeah, I'm below 400 at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm way down. I mean, I'm way down below 299 is what I have active right now.
yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty low at this point too. Like I just dropped under 1100 yesterday. Typically, I'm anywhere from 12 to 1300 as far as listings, but then again, like I still have a bunch of like I would say crap listings up that I'm in the process of kind of liquidating at this point to make room. You know, because when I first started eBay, I started by listing all my flea market inventory, which isn't necessarily the best stuff you want to be listing on eBay. So I have a bunch of like year-old crap that I need to just pull down and liquidate.
Debbie asked, what other systems can you use instead of PayPal? And to be 100% honest, I don't know if there's anything else out there that operates like PayPal. I do believe once you go over to manage payments, PayPal is still an option for the buyer, right? I think that's what I understand. I mean, primarily if they go and just like say they're going to pay with their credit card or whatever, it's automatically going to go through that 80 on merchant account you have for processing. But I think they can pick to pay.
You can make the option on like as a consumer how you want to pay. Like it'll give you different options. Like you can use PayPal, you can use credit card.
Apple, they have they're adding Apple Pay. I think Apple Pay is available now with the merchant account.
Okay, Tracy's asking if I've had a lot of issues with the item specific glitch in the past couple days with many listings. I haven't. And the reason for that is I'm not a big clothing seller. Like I have clothing listed, but the majority of my stuff that I sell is not really affected by that. Have you had any issues with the glitch, Tommy?
I did the first 2 days. Then starting, what was it, like Thursday afternoon, they started correcting themselves. Not all of my listings are corrected yet, but I mean, I could have went through and edited them one at a time and added. It was basically a size issue error. And eBay put out a thing that's saying that they're working on it. They knew it's a problem. They're going to fix it, blah, blah, blah. And slowly by slowly, I've been seeing my listings fix themselves. And I would say with the amount of clothing that I have and at the rate that I'm seeing the progress in fixing and them adjusting my listings, I'm imagining by today or tomorrow, they're all going to be on track again.
That's good to know because from what I saw in the Rally Roots video that they put out about it, the person they were talking to said eBay had no plans to fix it themselves.
No,
they were upset because they were going to have to pay to have somebody go in and fix it for them.
No. I can even, let me see. Let me find it.
But
yeah, I know everybody was in a uproar, a big uproar about it. And I was like, I'm going to give them a few days to fix it. I mean, if I was strictly a clothing seller, it would have hurt me a lot more. You know, there's a lot of people like that's all they do is
Yeah.
sell clothes, so it's gonna hurt them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do very minimal clothing, so it didn't really affect me very much. Like, do I have clothing listed? Absolutely. Will I list clothing again? Probably, but I try to not do it as often as possible, just because I don't enjoy doing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna screen share this. This came out yesterday, I believe. And yeah, and so they recognized the issue, and the issue that prevented sellers from relisting or revising listings in certain categories, searching the left-hand navigation filters is missing certain item specifics such as size. And then they've been updating this post. There was a technical issue. Some item specifics did not update as of correcting. Some listings were blocked during the relisting and revision. In addition, a new required field is showing up blank and listings appear incomplete. And then the last update on it is the unblocked any of the listings that have an error, they unblocked them from not showing, so they will show up even with that being empty. And we are currently working on a solution to create a copy of the old item specifics data and copy it into its new equivalent, so the required item specifics will automatically be filled with the same value. We are aware that some sellers have chosen to end their listings and use the sell similar feature to change the information in listings. We do not recommend this. However, if you decide to, please do check your remaining fee list just to make sure when you end them, you're not going over your allowance and whatever. But they are working on fixing it. And I'll drop the link to this if somebody wants to go and read it thoroughly. If anybody wants to read that article in entirety. And they update it as they're making progress.
Yeah, that's good.
So as of right now, the listings should not be blocked, even if they have that error, as they're going through the process of fixing it.
One thing I've noticed with eBay in the past is you can't always really take what people tell you on the phone like as the gospel truth, because the majority of the time you'll get 3 different answers from 3 different agents, especially with them outsourcing stuff to different countries and stuff like that, which is terrible, because if you call an organization, like for example, I used to work in the corporate office for Giant Eagle, which is one of the biggest grocery chains in Pennsylvania and Ohio. I used to work for their corporate office, and if you called our office and you had some kind of a question, like we would get you the legitimate answer, and like, we wouldn't give you any bad information or whatnot. But then again, we handled everything basically here in Pittsburgh, as far as, because that's where Giant Eagle was born, is in Pittsburgh. So all of the claims and everything came directly to us. But I guess an organization as big as eBay, they need to kind of outsource for extra stuff. But if I'm eBay, I'm going to make sure that even if like you're calling India or Ireland or wherever the call might go, it's a uniform statement. You know what I mean? And when something like this comes down, like you better believe I'm like sending out like emails that everybody must read, be updated on. You know what I mean? Like there's a glitch. Like for example, for us, like we would get statements like if there's a food recall, even if it's something like, for example, lettuce. We don't even carry the type of lettuce that has been recalled. We would get, everybody would get emails and memos on, the lettuce, different things that we should say, we don't carry that, but blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff would be addressed. I would like to see eBay do something like that, because sending out an email for any of these items, you know what I mean? Because from the first phone call, they should be putting together some kind of a case on their end in the customer service that goes to some kind of department that says, okay, there's an issue with this, this, and this. From that point, it should copy several different departments who can then put together some kind of a blanket statement that they can release that anybody who answers the phone should be able to deliver. But
Right.
I don't know. Like I from coming from somebody who's come from that world and seen it run efficiently, dealing with even several phone calls I've made there, and I've been like, wow, this is insane. Like, especially the differences of service and information you'll get across different people that answer the phone. It's insane to me. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but I've experienced that quite a bit as far as their customer care team. Yeah, for sure, Michelle. Like I've managed like complete customer care teams before in the past, and I mean, really, all you need to do is just make sure that you basically have your ducks in a line and that you are as kind and compassionate to the customer as possible. Hey, what's up, Justin? Good to see you, bud.
Now, you know, like this situation, though, I think eBay is doing well at acknowledging the problem, and you know, kind of like I say, the update this just keep adding to it with updates, which I think is a big progression because they never used to address issues until well after it was, you know, a big problem and almost over with. And I'm just wondering if that has a new guy, if that has to do with the new guy that's replaced the CEO temporarily, if he's like more in that mindset of, hey, we got to let our sellers know what's going on. We got to let them know that we're not just blowing it off, or we're doing what we can, you know.
I definitely would if I was them. You know, I would love to, I mean, granted, I'm a nobody, but I would love to kind of get on some kind of a panel for eBay and be like, hey, like, do this, and that, you know. And like I said, I'm a nobody. Like, I'm not like any kind of corporate bigwig or anything like that. I've worked in corporate situations, but then again, like, that was for grocery and not for e-commerce. Although I was part of several panels of grocery moving more into the e-commerce side, you know what I mean? Being able to place orders, you know, online or through an app and pick it up at the store, that kind of stuff, or, you know what I mean? Like different stuff like that. But I don't know. I just think that eBay would do well to give sellers in the community some kind of a voice into almost like they do with people that hold like large shares, you know what I mean? Like shareholders meetings. Like I would love to see like some kind of a sellers meeting where sellers could kind of voice, you know, this is what I think you should do, this or that, you know what I mean? Like, or at least give some kind of an opinion. And I'm sure that they have some kind of your comments matter type thing, you know.
Well, we went. It's gonna be 2 years ago, and me and Destiny went to Ecom Chicago, you know, which was a big. I mean, there was people from everywhere there. There was people from Inventory Labs. There was people from eBay, you know, and they all spoke and whatever. But they did have like a open floor question and answer and suggestion type thing going on throughout the 3 days. So you might want to look. I know the one for this year, I think it's coming up in like 2 weeks. We're not going to make that one, but see if they have something like that in your area. It was quite interesting, and we learned a whole lot that you don't see on YouTube or you don't see on eBay forums. We are joined now by Nate. Every day I'm hustling. Maybe he's got vaping now for us that we've been asking.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry I'm a little late.
It's funny. The minute you jumped in, I was remembering yesterday they called you every day I'm vaping, and the first thing you do is crack a bacon.
I chain vape. I can't help it. I'm used to like being at work and where I'm not able to like vape normally or like on occasion. So it's like every once in a while I'll just like, you know, just chain vape like I'm at work and, you know, I have a short period just to hurry up and go, you know, back to work and, you know, get my nicotine in and run. So So I'm just like I'm gonna have that mindset that I have like a short period of time to vape and just get it when I can.
Catch you later, Tracy. Does she know you got a working thing later? Anthony?
What's that?
Does Tracy know you got a working thing later? Maybe she'd want to jump in there.
I don't know. You're welcome to join, though, Tracy, if you'd like. 2 p.m. Eastern. I scheduled one.
She's fun to hang out with.
Anyone that wants to hang out and work, 2 p.m. Eastern on my channel, we'll be doing that. So I got to get my listings in order. This has been a horrible week for me listing. So this is keep me accountable today, guys.
Yeah, I need to do some stuff on eBay too. So I'll probably stop in too.
Yeah,
because I gotta fix all my listings, like all my closing listings from that whatever they did.
No, we just had a discussion about that. Leave them alone.
Yeah, I gotta
fix up within the next. They're slow. I'm noticing mine are fixing themselves over the last 2 days.
Yeah, I had a few that were like, I think on some of the newer ones that I had, they're okay, but like some of the older ones that maybe were sitting for a few months, those ones are the ones I have to like basically just go in and then the information's already there. I just have to click basically like update, and then it'll go in the boxes for the most part, the information that's missing. So it's not a long process. And actually, I'm able to add my international shipping on some stuff that I didn't add yet. So it's kind of, 2-for-1 deal for me right now. So it's not too bad. Yeah, because I started the international shipping, like I always did the global shipping program, but, and I still offer that. But, I was starting to add the simple export after I got the information from Lonnie on Garage Clips. We're at a chat or something like that, and he was saying, check it out. And so I was like, he was telling us about it, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty awesome because the price to ship something priority to Canada is actually not that bad of a price. And to the world, it might be a little bit more, pricier, but it's actually not too bad because it's just by weight, it's not by dimensions. So I was checking it out, and every time I'd get a new listing of something that I felt that it was okay, or under the research that I looked up, I added it in and everything. So now after doing a little more research, I do have some more stuff that I feel more confident in adding in. For anyone that's looking to do simple export, like I said, it's by weight. There's categories of 8 ounces, so 8 ounces and under, 1 pound and under, 2 pound and under, 3 pound and under, and 4 pound and under. And you don't have to worry about dimensions at all. So that what makes it great selling some different items, like some of the bigger items, or if you got like I have a dinosaur for example, the Jurassic Park one's 40 or 26. I think it's almost 40 inches long. So basically, I could ship that to Canada, and it'd actually probably be cheaper to ship to Canada than it would be in the United States, if that makes any sense. But
so it strictly goes by weight.
Yeah, it's just by weight. It has nothing to do with any of the dimensions or anything. It's a flat rate, item where you pay by the weight only.
And that's no matter where it's going in the world.
Yeah, there's 2 different prices. There's one for Canada, where that obviously that'll be the cheapest, and then there's one for everywhere else in the world. So no matter where else you ship, like for me, I have to do 2 different. Like usually I would do with my phone, my listings and stuff like that. But because I'm adding the multiple internationals in, I have to finish it on my laptop now, or my desktop, because you're not able to add an additional option of you can add one where I can add Canada in or the rest of the world or whatever, but I do Canada, and then I do Europe, UK, Germany, Australia. I can't remember the other one. Let me look up something real quick. I had a brain fart. What was the other one I did? Basically, the ones I don't do is like the South America, Mexico, which I might look into doing Mexico more. I have to look up and see how bad, their postal stuff is but let me see here. So I do Europe, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Australia, and Russia. Those are the ones that I do. I don't do Asia, China, Japan, South America, Mexico, or Brazil. Those are the ones that right now that I'm staying away from. And part of that's I took that recommendation from Lonnie because that's what he does. He just ships to those countries or whatever the case may be. Now, the one thing that I do like about the simple export is, it's great because it doesn't go by dimensions. It's pretty cheap in price, so you're very competitive on shipping and everything like that. But the thing I really like is the tracking. You know what I mean? Like, from what I understand and what everything I've seen on everything I've shipped, you get tracking till it's actually completed. Till it's actually delivered to your door and stuff like that. I shipped a couple things to Australia. I shipped something to the UK and I shipped something to Canada, and it seems like it took around 10 business days for all those to get completed or whatever. So it's actually not too bad, ship speed for those places.
Now, there was somebody earlier in chat before you joined. I can't remember who it was, but they dropped a link. It's a pirate ship link, and it's a list of all the countries that provide the international tracking.
Okay.
And there's 45 countries that will track door to door.
Yeah, I think it was Michelle that dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I haven't ran into any issues with any of the tracking and stuff like that. Yeah, like Florida's Hidden Treasure was talking about Brazil has the highest postal theft rate. I go with the insurance on all my shipments, and so far the highest I paid was I think it was $1.30. So what I do is I add in $2 on all my shipping prices. So, for example, an item to Canada costs that's under a half pound, which is 8 ounces or under, would cost $7.95. So I would charge $9.99 shipping for that item. So because I'm able to add in the insurance, and then for the most part, all the fees and stuff from eBay for the shipping charge is covered for the most part, because I think it's like 10% what they charge on that and stuff like that.
And to the end customer, the buyer, that price still probably looks a lot better compared to somebody that's shipping through the global shipping system.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard, I heard on some things it was close to double. And I was even looking up some things that if I used eBay's international shipping through USPS, just through there, there's a significant savings there too of a few bucks. Like I think on a couple things I looked up, it was like $4 for something that was a pound or right under a pound. So it is a pretty significant savings.
Now, I don't know where it is. I came across it once by accident, but I had a shipment that was going through global shipping. I don't know if you click on the invoice or if you click on the payment details or something, but it actually showed you what they paid for shipping. And I was like, holy cow. I mean, he paid like $30 some in shipping, where if I would have sent it to like you, it would have probably been 12.
Right. Yeah, like from what I understand, basically they're paying for the shipping costs for us to send it to Kentucky, and then it's international, basically, whatever it costs or whatever on top of that. So, I mean, just imagine, say on average, it's going to be $9 for us to ship to Kentucky on, anything over a pound, for example. You're adding at least $20, even more on top of that. So they're paying all that compared to, say the item is 3 pounds and I'm shipping it to the UK, it'd be $25. So they're, it'd be pretty decent savings, about $5 or $6. And, and then I don't have to worry about dimensions or anything like that.
Right. Craig's got a really good question here too. Do you include in your description that the buyer may have to pay additional import fees? Because I know that is a thing too, where
Right, I do. I put that in all my descriptions for everything that I sell that has simple export so far.
Okay.
This way, I'm covered for any, like, you know, I don't know, for like taxes or import customs fees or anything like that. Whatever, anything that basically from that point on after the item is shipped, like they're responsible for.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good question. I never even thought of that, because it'd be horrible to ship it out and then you're like, oh, well, I didn't know there was going to be an import fee. I don't want it no more.
I think what happens is, like, there's like tariffs on certain items from importing and stuff like that from different countries and stuff like that. Like, for example, like if I ship something to China, we have that tariff thing right now with taxes and everything like that. So, there would be a fee for just that, for example, possibly even more. So because of that, and from what I hear, China's shipping can be kind of crazy. I'm staying away from shipping out that way.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the questions, I know that you told me you were trying to find detailed information on it last night. Did you ever find, like, how like Kelly says you can't ship leather to Italy?
Yeah,
Confiscated. Now, how do you know that? How am I supposed to know I can't ship leather to Italy when I'm listing it?
so I called eBay yesterday. So, because I wanted to make sure, for one, I wanted to give the best information to you guys, and for myself, of course, to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. And basically, they told me that they didn't have a list, which I thought was kind of funny, because if I send something out and by chance that's not allowed in that country or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you would think they would block that off, or
Right.
stop it, or whatever the case is, or even to suspend me because I shipped off an item like that. They would need to know that information. But they told me basically that, if you do international shipping, that you're doing it at your own risk, basically, if you do it directly to the customer. And they suggested doing the global shipping program. And from what they said was, under the help and like their help section or whatever, they said there's a section that talks about the global shipping program and what categories are allowed and what's not. And basically, to go by that, and you have to basically go to each country that's listed and go to their customs and see what's allowed and what's not allowed. Which some of it is, like very basic, where it's common sense, like firearms and ammunition and some stuff like that, where I can understand that stuff, being a risk or whatever. But like, Canada has some things that that you're not able to ship, like some baby items, strollers, um, and different items like that, where they're actually not allowed in the country. Let me pull this up real quick. I started a document with some items of that I was looking up and stuff like that. And I was kind of surprised. I figured there would be some items on there that, obviously, um, that would kind of surprise me or whatever. But I was kind of surprised on the baby stroller thing. I mean, I don't sell that and stuff anyway. Like, I was just doing on mainly my clothing items and some other stuff. But where is that document at? I can't find that document. Hold on one second, guys.
Sure.
I saved a document that had some information on Canada and in the UK The UK was pretty basic. It was nothing out of the ordinary from what I've seen on that. But you do have to be careful. You have to actually, stay on top of items or things that might be added on later or whatever. They can always change what's allowed and what's not to the list. So
Well, I suppose like okay, you have like I heard them all right, about 7 countries that you ship to.
right,
So I suppose it's not too bad, to just go to the country and see what's restricted coming in when you're doing, the 7, and then just have a list of these are restricted in this country when you're posting, and not to make it available there.
right,
But like if you want to go like a list of the countries on, I wouldn't ship anywhere that doesn't have tracking door to door.
right.
But like pirate ship, like it says there's 45 countries to try to keep track. Like if you want to be worldwide, really, and take advantage of all them countries, man, there's no way you would be able to keep track of all that.
Yeah, I mean, like I was surprised. I was really really surprised that just eBay didn't have a list. Because how are we going to follow the rules and make sure we do follow the rules if they don't have basically a list to go by? In other words, you know what I mean? And that really surprised me, a lot. And I mean, just think of the business that eBay is missing out on, because some of the people, like even like you said, Tommy, like you're a little nervous about doing it and stuff like that because of um, the unknown of it and everything, and you just didn't have some of the information that you felt comfortable adding that to your business. But for eBay as a company, just to kind of not have that.
Well,
Kind of
I
shocked.
believe they have to have that. They have to know that because they're shipping,
Right,
through the GSP, and it's probably just like Craig says here. They suggest GSP because they make more money on it,
Yeah.
so they're not going to help you ship off another shipping platform that they ain't getting nothing out of. So they're not going to probably voluntarily give you that information that's going to help you ship outside of eBay.
well, if I would ever get suspended or whatever, because people make mistakes, and everything I'm telling you guys, make sure you do your research, because I'm not saying I'm a guru, or anything like that, but I do use it, and I'm telling you my experiences of it and everything. Um, you know, Things change, and with the restrictions, some things get taken off, so it's always uh, safe to do your research before adding it. But from so far from the things that I added and I sold, and I don't do a lot on eBay, but the things I have sold, definitely been an increase for me, in sales and stuff like that, and it's all great feedback, no issues of damaged product, or oh, I didn't get the item or anything like that. So,
On average, now have you used the simple export since the beginning, or was there a time where you only did global shipping?
I did global shipping up until basically the point where Lonnie was telling us about simple export, because like we were saying about the costs and stuff like that. And I even heard from some of my customers that were looking at some of my merchandise, like I'm only able to pay say $5 for the item or whatever, because of the cost and the shipping and stuff like that. So, and I told them, of course, on the item, it probably was a $20 item they wanted for $5 or $10. I'm not able to do that. Sorry, basically. And that was a sale that I lost because of the extra cost of the shipping. So the way I look at it is, by me being able to use simple export, I'm able to be more competitive to not only sellers in the United States, but to other countries, but in their own countries as well. Because you know for example, like say there's a gaming system that's rare or whatever, or a video game or whatever, that that we collect or that we really want, and we see it, and then we see like a $30 or $40 price tag on something that weighs under a pound, you would be like, wow, that's crazy. I'm not going to pay that. You know what I mean? Like it just takes it completely, out of the equation of you having a chance for a sale. You know what I mean? Versus, okay, well, maybe it's an extra $5, but at least I'm getting what I want, and I'm having an opportunity to get this item or whatever. So,
Craig has a question for you. He wants to know if you can tell him what percentage of your sales are international.
like I said, I don't do a lot. I probably sell. Like one or two items a day. So I don't sell a lot on eBay, but I get at least one or two probably a week. You know what I mean? So it is a nice chunk of extra sales that I'm getting.
Okay.
And when you were doing your simple or your global shipping, what was your average? I mean, how often did you get orders through the global shipping?
Once in a blue moon. It was really far in between. The last one I sold was right when I was starting to source for Amazon. I ended up finding a item. It was a King Kong doll or something crazy that I got on. It was a retail arbitrage, and um, they bought it. They paid the shipping. I think they paid $40 shipping for that toy. So whoever in Russia bought it, they must have been very wealthy people, and just wanted it, or big fans of the movie, or whatever the case would have been. But yeah, that was the last one I had. That was back in January or February.
Craig, is there a way to look that up on eBay for an exact percentage? Because I do a lot of international business. Like, for example, if I don't have one every day going international, I at least have one every other day going international. Like, I'm to the point where I've trained some newer people at the main post office I go to on how to process it international, because a lot of them don't have zip codes and they don't know how to put it in to their system as far as international stuff, unless somebody teaches them. So, like, I've actually gone through and said, yeah, you need to hit this, this, and this. And like, because I have that many international packages going out. And like I said, it's not the majority of what I sell, but like if it's not every day, like today, right now, I don't have an international one yet, but I can almost, I don't want to say I can guarantee because I can never guarantee sales, but for the most part, I'll either get one today or tomorrow, more than likely. Because I know for a fact I had one yesterday. So if not every day, then I typically get one every other day.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you're doing global shipping programming and they're paying that huge amount of money for that item, it either has to be something vintage or a collector item, or whatever. I don't see someone buying too much of an everyday item, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you're kind of really narrowing your audience of people that you could possibly make sales for and stuff like that. And not only that, the in search and stuff like that, when people search lowest to highest or whatever, and not from the other countries and stuff like that, the international shipping, because it's going to save me money, will actually put me higher in the search ranking for that that sort. So it gives me a better shot. It makes me more competitive. And I mean, from going basically one or two a year to I've already have 4 or 5 since starting it. Now I basically started, I think it was less than a month ago. I mean, it's definitely a huge boost, because for me, and anything that's going to give me a boost on eBay is huge. I mean, and it's not going to cost me any more money, like extra, like how promotions will, or anything like that. So, but I mean, if you guys are, like I have some information here on the UK. The list is basically illegal drugs, offensive weapons, example, flick knives, self-defense sprays, for example, pepper spray or CS gas, endangered animals, plant species, rough diamonds, indecent, obscene materials. You'll see a lot of the pornographic stuff is not allowed in other countries. So if you do have those items, I wouldn't suggest trying to send any of that anywhere, because from what I've seen, a lot of that is on the list. If you're selling plants or something like that, which I know a lot of you probably aren't, if they're if as long as they have no pests or diseases, they're allowed to be sold. And in Canada, basically baby walkers, infants, self-feeding devices. I don't know how to say this name, but it's like some type of bean, chicory bean, an item containing them, and lawn darts with long tips.
Michelle, she put up a FedEx link a while back up in the chat. It's actually a very good link. You can go by import prohibitions by the country.
Oh, it'll show you the list.
Yeah, it'll break down a list and give you everything.
Okay.
You know, like anything possibly that I'd ship on eBay to Australia, like things that I'd have posted. You can't send any toys or games containing copper sulfate, which I don't know what toys are going to have that, but and what else was there? You can't any items having a flexible metal blade entirely encased in a plastic paper or fabric sheath. So I imagine that's talking about like I couldn't sell a razor and send it to Australia.
Right.
And then like you can't gardening seeds too. You can't. Most of them I wouldn't even try because they have a whole list of which ones you can't send there.
Right.
But it's on that link, and it has every single country and what you can or can't send. And like I say, with shipping to like 7 countries, I'll print that list out, hang it right here, and just kind of glance at it and make sure. But if you were to like ship to 20 countries, man, that'd be a lot of looking, because some of these lists, like Italy, was crazy. I wouldn't even try to ship to Italy because you can't import nothing really.
Right. They're really especially on the clothing, they're kind of locked down on a lot of that type of stuff. So
you can't Italy. I can't even ship a T-shirt there because it's fabric.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's basically to protect their huge business that they have. I mean, if you think about it, they do have a lot of manufacturing of goods and clothing and stuff. So they're probably doing that to protect their.
And I understand it, and I kind of agree with it too, because it's just like how the Chinese are killing us here because we accept everything.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, buddy.
And if we would stop all that import stuff, we'd be able to make, even us as sellers would be able to make a lot more money because they couldn't buy the Chinese knockoff cheap junk that's going to break shortly after you get it and wouldn't be available. So they'd have to buy within the U.S., which it'd increase our sales for sure.
Right. We were having a chat at work yesterday, and it's funny that you guys bring that up, as like how we're dependent on China with production of goods and we, money and everything else, you know what I mean? And also it's give and take with China with us, because they depend on us for business, how many factories and things that we're running. But the conversation got brought up because I guess something happened with like a sports gaming person or whatever. They won a tournament and said something, and it sparked all types of issues with China or something. It was like a esports type of situation. So, but yeah, like if China would shut down, I mean, it would raise a lot of our, if we shut down a lot of stuff coming from China, the prices of stuff would go up, because I mean, think about it, our labor is more expensive than anywhere. But I'd rather pay for a better product than have something, like you said, break every 2 months or whatever.
Right. I mean, I'm guilty of it. We've bought things like when we came across Wish.com, it was like, oh my God, look at this, and it's pennies, But now I bought a few things, some fishing equipment. Destiny bought some jewelry she really liked, and the stones fell out of it like within 3 days. And The fishing lures I bought were just junk. I was like, I wasted money.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like the saying goes, you get what you pay for. So,
Yeah.
You take a chance, you hope it works out. And, a lot of times at the end of the day, it was just wasted. You know what I mean?
But I did buy my external for my phone.
Nice.
It's an external battery. 10, I don't know. It holds a lot. I bought this off of Wish too, and that I absolutely love. I can go like 3 days on that battery, outsourcing and scanning and looking stuff up without running out of battery. So that's one thing that I bought.
The only thing,
probably buy another one.
the only thing I ever bought off Wish that I liked a lot, it was a Bluetooth, like not a beanie, but like like a winter hat, like a tassel hat.
Yeah.
And like when I'm at work, I'm able to put that on and link it to my phone so I can listen to sports games. Like last night, I was listening to Kansas City, Denver, and on Sundays I work, for the first half of like the first game. So it's been working, rather well. So that was one of the huge great finds that I got from, I can't remember what site it was. I don't know if it was Wish or another one of those similar sites like that, but.
Yeah.
But everything else I bought like a mini GoPro one time, and yeah, it wasn't a good buy at all.
Craig said, "Be careful with the cheap batteries and chargers. They can damage your phones." Yeah, I fried one of my vapes with the import Wish batteries. It just totally, I put it in, and it just smoked my vape.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I bought batteries off eBay once, and they were supposed to be Samsung or one of the Sony's or whatever. And I looked at it, and there was a website that shows you like how you could tell a spot a fake from the originals, and it was a fake. And the buyer was like, he refunded me so fast after I caught him. He's like, please don't give me bad feedback, please. I was like, should be selling stuff and making it seem like it's authentic, Sony or whatever. I was like, I can't use these, you know what I mean? Like, and they are pretty bad. Like they would only last like 25% of the time versus, my other ones that are the same, what they were supposed to be. So yeah, I'd rather even use those unless like an emergency situations. But yeah, definitely if you get something that's like a knockoff or whatever, like don't use it or be very, very careful about using them at all.
Right.
Yeah. I'd say the only thing I really liked I got from Wish was my umbrella lights.
Yeah, I did get my photo lights.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get those from Wish. I got mine from Amazon. But they were the same ones. They were the Limo Studio or whatever.
Yeah.
That I seen on Wish. And the only complaint I had is when I got it, I put in the one bulb, I turned it on, the little base, they had that fat base with the transistors or whatever in the coil bulb. One out of the three smoked out right away. But I just got a hold of the company that I bought it from, and they sent me 3 other brand new light bulbs for it, no problem.
That's cool.
But my whole lighting set only cost me $40, and that came with the 3 lights, 4 umbrellas, and a bag to carry it all in. So I've been running it 2 years.
Trying to find that link. Who you said put that link in the chat for that FedEx site?
I think it was Michelle.
Michelle,
I'm going here. I'll drop it.
Yeah, please.
I'll drop it in again.
I wanna print those off, so I have some information on a couple other countries and stuff that I wasn't selling to. I want to try them all until I have a problem. Because like I said, I use the insurance, so if it gets lost or whatever, then I'm covered regardless. So I'm gonna slowly add more and more as I go. Because I want the whole audience. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind selling to selling worldwide is a lot easier. By just clicking worldwide and having the whole thing, than having to go in there and click each one. So it'd be faster. So that's my goal to open it up to everybody if able. But I also have to do a lot of research.
It's telling me my link is 53 characters too long to post in chat.
Michelle listed it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
How did she get a short link? Oh, she used the thing. Okay.
Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was doing research. Like I said, I called eBay, and then I talked to them, and then I was doing some after work, and other than going basically to each one, I couldn't find like a big list of things, and that's why, like, for me, I was really short ending, the things that I would add into my list, and originally, like, mainly was clothes for the most part, and then, like I said, I was only doing X amount of the countries and stuff like that. But I mean, with eBay, now that I do Amazons and stuff like that, anything I can add to increase my sales, it's not going to cost me any money or whatever, I'm 100% for. And if it's going to do it in simple export and sending more stuff international, or doing something else, then I'm all for it. So
right.
I would love to I would love to have a 50-50 mix between Amazon and eBay. You know what I mean? I love sourcing for eBay. I love going for the hunts and the treasure hunts and stuff like that. And I just wish we could have more garage sale season, because right now I think it's dead in the water as we speak.
Yep.
It's gotten cold.
Yep. It's pretty much bin season for me.
Yeah. That's what I was telling the wife. I says, better get used to this place, because we'll be coming here at least every couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting that up. And
I try to go every week in the cold weather time.
Yeah, with it being in that area of Monroeville, you know what I mean, like and having all the stores up there, I mean, it would be silly for me not to add even if it's just an hour, to go check it out, and kids, I guess, permitting, I guess I should say, because they can get cranky, but they like running around there, and my son will find stuff every once in a while, but I'd tell him not to really touch anything in the bins, but I don't want him to get cut or hurt or anything like that. So, but
our kids love going to the bins. They get so excited, and they got their own pairs of like a heavier suede. Like the outside is a neoprene type thing, but the inside under the fingers is like suede. So if they grab something, there's a little more protection there.
Nice.
But they love the bins, and my kids, they're hunters, they're sorcerers. They obviously, they're kids. They look at the cool stuff for themselves too. But they take their own cart, and they'll bring a cart over, and then we'll take a break and go through the cart of what they think, could be resold. And I'd say out of them filling up a cart, at least a good third of it is good finds.
Yeah.
That's a huge plus for you, man. Like, just being able to have, the X amount be good. It saves you a lot of time, and, it really makes it a productive hunt for you when you go, because, like, for me, I have my wife help me, like, and Anthony he could vouch. She's going, all in with me, just like I would, she's digging in and
some good stuff.
Yeah, she found a clock radio that I think I have somewhere around here. But a clock radio, like, it's right here. She found this Philips clock radio. I mean, it looked like it was never used. I mean, I plugged it in and everything. The instructions are still in there. Everything's wound up real nice and everything. So right now it's on, it's up on eBay, and I think I'm the only listing on it. So I put up for something high, because it is a really nice clock radio, and Philips is a good brand. So we'll see how it works. But I put up as tested open box.
My kids come in handy with plush, because I don't know the characters, so they're like, oh, Dad, this is from so and so movie, or this is from this movie, or this is from this show that was popular at the time. And if they tell me it's a good plush, it usually sells.
Yeah.
For decent money.
Yeah,
like, I don't know the characters, they know all these characters from all these different movies, and so they actually are a great help. You know, when I sit back and think about it, sometimes it's nerve wracking taking them because you got to keep an eye on them too. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Like we usually keep ours in the in the buggy or whatever.
Right. So it's like it's nerve wracking. But then when I think about, well, you know, they help with this, they help with that, they do this for me. I mean, my daughter Jaslyn, she wants to be part of the business. She's 11 years old. So as far as having her do things on the computer, you know, she's not going to list or anything yet. But her part is she keeps my work area like funky free. You know, I mean, I got stuff stacked all over, but she comes down once a week. She mops the basement floor because we have a painted floor. She'll wipe the shelves down and just kind of clean up stuff that I just leave here, like rolls of tape there or, you know, some labels there. She gets them all back where they're supposed to be. So she's a big help that way. And then my son, he's great at detailed cleaning products. So if I got something that's got a bunch of little nook and crannies, he'll get in there with a toothpick and Q-tips, stuff that I don't want to spend that time, you know, cleaning it.
That saves you a lot of time. I mean, just, you know, getting stuff ready to list. I mean, like shoes, for example, you know, that takes a lot of time on certain shoes, depending on what you buy, you know, to clean them and have them look amazing for pictures and stuff like that. So, I mean, just taking that little, you know, that part of it out of it frees you up to do other things, which is great. I can't wait for, like, my son's 6, you know, so I let him try to, you know, participate, you know, like you said, with the plush, or like, you know, we went to a store and he picked out a couple of things I scanned. Like, I'm trying to get him, you know, to get involved and help me out and stuff like that. And, you know, if it's a hot toy, he just runs to it because he wants it. So that helps me out a lot, because then I put that in my memory bank and think for Christmas, like, okay, well, we'll have to remember this one, or okay, we're going to have to buy this now, you know, and keep it for Christmas or whatever. So I'm starting to get some of my stuff listed.
Aaron Marcus said he used to sell a bunch of alarm clocks. Can't give them away now. He thinks the cell phone killed the alarm. There's 2 types of alarm clocks that I do really well with. One are the real old ones that have like the flip numbers.
Uh-huh.
You know, flip ones, and then these here. I'll show you these.
I've done okay with like gimmicked ones. You know what I mean? Like Hello Kitty, any of like the.
It might be hard to see because when I clean them up, then I actually like seal them.
Yeah.
Wrap them up real nice. But these are those Sony Dream Machines.
Yeah.
And they make like the different, either the ocean noise or the jungle noise and stuff at night when you're sleeping. I sell these like crazy. And I find them at Goodwill all the time.
I got 2 from the yard sales this year, and I haven't sold them yet. My price might be a little high on them. Maybe I might have to readjust and look and see. So I'll be honest, on a lot of things, like, you know, like clothing and stuff like that, I'll just set my price at what I think it goes for, and then I go back and then I, you know, I don't comp every piece or every item that you know, that I look up, or, you know, that I buy or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just think look up if it's something like, you know, that radio, that clock radio that I had. Now I looked up that or whatever, because I mean that could range anywhere. You know, for example, say $70 to $20. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have it something ridiculously high, or, you know, something that, you know, I was going to lose out on money eventually, or obviously, because if I set it 20 and I could have got 50 and it sold in 24 hours, I didn't want to shoot myself in the foot. So, but clothing and some of that stuff, I don't even like comp anymore. I just kind of set my price and let it ride.
Yeah, I'm getting like that too. Like all my hats, I post hats. I can list them so fast. You know, they're pre-owned hats. I usually like the sports hats. You know, my hats, they're really clean. I don't pick them up unless they look like they've just been displayed. You know,
right.
So my hats, I sell. Usually, I post them for $14.49 plus shipping, and I'll take offers of like $12 on them. you know.
Yeah, that's basically what I did too. Same
any sports hats. Then I have like some novelty hats, Dr. Seuss hat or something like that. And then I'll just type into Therapy Dr. Seuss hat or cap and just go by the average price. I don't spend a lot of time like, what does this particular hat or style go for? You know, I just real general.
I love selling hats.
I do good. I have these totes. I think I showed it before. Let's see. Now, this one here, which is probably what I'm going to work on today. This is all hats.
Yeah.
Except for this. This is something that needs spot cleaning.
Yep.
But like this is all hats in there.
Are those listed or unlisted?
These are unlisted hats.
Oh, Molly.
I don't have any unlisted hats left anymore, but I mean, Nate can attest just from going yard selling or the bins with me. Like literally, I'll load up on hats.
Yeah.
If it's a nice looking hat, it doesn't look like worn or anything like that, I'll buy it.
See, like these things are like in mint shape, you know.
You know what? I probably do have a couple unlisted hats because I still haven't gone through that bins haul yet. I'll probably record that video as soon as we're done here.
And these things are in perfect shape.
Uh-huh.
And I can list them real fast. I mean, so like this hat and this hat, I'm gonna list, you know, the same price, 2 different teams, 2 different makers of hat.
Yeah.
They're both fitted hats. And I just set them at, like I say, at $14.49. I'll take offers on them.
Yeah.
Just to move them instead of like, oh well, this hat from this style and this maker, like whether it's what is that one, $59.50 or something?
Yeah.
Versus a Cooperstown hat. There's probably a price difference, but I just do it right across the board.
Yeah, that might be a little difference, but you know, like I was saying, like if you buy at a certain price, like all your hats, like say you buy them all for $1, $2 or whatever, like those New Era hats, those are good hats. You know what I mean? If you got a box full of those, you did really well. I would love to list all those New Era hats, and you know, you can go $14.99 plus shipping. Add offers if you want, and just let it roll. You know what I mean? Just add the information, take pictures, poop, 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 and then you can put 20, 30, 40 listings really quick that way, you know? You don't need to take a lot of pictures for a hat. You know what I mean?
And I get hats. I get hit like this one. I might keep this one. This one's pretty bad.
I like the one that had the city, like the skyline or whatever. That one you had.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one. I'd probably kept that one.
This one here?
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
I mean, I'm saying these things they're mint shape, you know. It looks like somebody bought them and displayed. And I come across them like that all the time. Like all of a sudden I'll go to a restaurant, they'll just have a box of hats in this condition sitting there. What do you take for the box, you know? Get them out of here. Okay.
When me and Anthony went to that cluster sale, that cluster video he made out in Pittsburgh, they had a bunch of hats, but they were just a little bit too dirty for me. And man, there were some good hats there. Like they had like one that had all the stickers on it, but it had like a giant black fingerprint on it. Like someone had dirty hands, and it was white hat. And I'm like, man. And I remember walking up to Anthony. Anthony's like, "You ain't grabbing none of these hats?" I'm like, "Nah," because I was like showing him some of them, and like some of the inside.
Those hats actually. Like,
did you?
Yeah, I don't buy any hats that are like dirty. Like if they have like the sweat. Well, if they have sweat stains that can just be wiped off with a baby wipe, I'll get them. But if it's the like brown, disgusting ones, I don't deal with that, because for me, to be quite honest, it's not worth putting more than just like a wipe down, or like I get the lint rollers, and if I can get it off with a baby wipe and a lint roller, I'll buy them all day. But if it's anything,
that's like this one. I paid 10 cents for this. I know it's going to sell because
for sure,
like all these employee hats.
Yep.
But it does. It needs a lint rolling.
They had one just like it wasn't just like that, but it was a Domino's hat from like the early 80s at the that's a good one too. They had a Domino's hat from the early 80s at the bins. It was just a little bit too dirty for me. That probably would have been like at least a $30-$40 hat if it would have been in good shape.
I bought it was a Domino's like delivery driver jacket. It was like one of the first items that I probably sold on eBay, like when I started reselling, and I found it at I think it was the yard sale or something for like $1. and I sold it for $34.99. Like it still had the tags on it. Like the guy never wore it or whatever. He must have got fired or whatever. Like right after he got his clothes, his uniform and stuff. And I couldn't believe someone would pay that up, pay that much for it. But that's what the comps were going for on those type of jackets and stuff. So.
What style hat is this?
That's like
I would say it's like an old man style, like maybe
like a fedora. Is that what they're called?
No, fedoras are more of like the brimmed hats. That may be a golf hat.
Yeah, it's kind of the style. It's wool. It's made of wool.
Yeah. Hey, have a good day, D. Hopefully you make a lot of money. If you're listening later, feel free to jump in the hangout at 2:00. That goes for any of you guys that want to come hang out. It's kind of, old school picker says it might be a derby. But yeah, the hangout's open to everybody, guys. I'll be dropping links in the chat. So Michelle says it's a Newsboys hat. Newsboys hat.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me, like the old.
Yep.
There's tons of hats, man. And I mean, these things are in great shape.
Yeah, I love hats.
This is what I'm gonna be working on.
Like I wear hats every day anyway, so I always like to have hats in my rotation.
Same here.
But they're so easy to list, so easy to store, so easy to ship.
Right.
So and like look how many hats that was. That stacks so nice together too. You know what I mean? Yep. And you don't have to worry about them damaging or whatever. You can basically just put a tote or a bag over them, and they're good. You know.
That tote is 2 layers, or two wide, 2 layers high, stacked like this.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably have like 80 hats in there or something.
Yeah, there's got to be, and I would say out of them,
they look like are mostly all new era hats, which is amazing.
Yeah, there's a like this one I can tell already by grabbing it. This one I wouldn't sell because it's got like on the back here. I noticed it's got some marks. So this will probably become a personal hat.
You could always use like Awesome or like OxyClean or something on them.
Yeah, I mean that's not that bad. I would clean it, like try to clean it, and then
So if anybody sees a hat you want, let me know. We'll bypass the eBay fees. Look, it's brand new tag. This one's kind of.
cool. I'm always into the Pittsburgh /
That's what I was looking for. I was looking to see. This one's kind of nice.
Starting bid on the bin is $5.
Speaking of which, anybody in the chat wants to make some money. Today I'm going to be ordering a new scale because the ones I have that work well are only up to 1 pound, and I'm tired of using this for bigger stuff. It's just a pain in the butt. So I'm going to actually get a real scale today. Anyone has one that they're selling, I'd rather give somebody I know the business rather than just a rando on eBay.
Right. You gotta get one of these, Anthony.
Well, I want to get one of the ones that have like the that's
the exact one I have.
The dangly thing that comes off. So
the thing that's nice about this is you can put batteries in it, and you don't have to have it plugged in the wall. So like when I do Amazon shipments, how the boxes are huge.
Yep.
I could put this on my dining room table or my living room table, or not my living room table, my kitchen table. And because the box is so big, because I usually on my eBay, I put on this little shelf behind me, and nothing's too big. But for this, I can just carry anywhere and put it anywhere and set it up, and it just uses 2 batteries. And I use 50-pound shipments, and it's reliable and works really good. So I think I paid I bought it on eBay. I think I paid $20, $25.
Yeah,
like that.
I'm gonna order one of those today, regardless of whether somebody has one they're selling or not. But I just figured I'd give you guys the option to make a little bit of money rather than, paying some complete rando, which I don't mind doing, but I like checking with people in the community first.
Kelly has the red one that I have. Yeah, it's a good scale. I haven't had any problems with it, but I'm sure it's like a Chinese one or whatever. So.
I'm just so cheap, man. Like I don't upgrade the stuff I need until like I get sick and tired of the stuff I have. It was like the one thing I wanted to get early on was the dymo. But other than that, like,
that's the reseller mentality, man. You don't want to spend any money because in our mind it's almost like not a waste, but just we don't like the cost, and that eats our cash flow. You can't use that to go source stuff, Yeah,
I mean, I'm to the point now where like I can afford to spend $20-$30 and it not like really affect what I can buy for the week.
Right.
Early on, it was like, that's like flea market money, or I mean, yard sale money. And
now
I don't mind, popping for a scale just because it'll make life easier.
Right.
But that human scale is such a pain in the butt to weigh stuff on.
Yeah.
If it weighs like less than 10 pounds, it's like almost impossible to get an accurate reading.
You might still want to use that for Amazon whenever you do your shipments, because having that wider thing is nicer. So I would definitely keep that around.
Yeah.
Because that's the only downfall of putting a big 50-pound box on that, or 40-pound box that's 22 by 18 by 18 or whatever, and you got to have it right in the middle, or it's going to lean and touch the table, and your shipping weight's going to be off.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Kelly. I hate paying retail.
Yeah, I tell my wife all the time, like she'll find something in the store that she wants to decorate or whatever. I'm like, we are going to the bins, later this week, or and she'll find stuff for the living room all the time. She found this big Target mirror that was $90 at the bins. That was nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
Because she texted me the next day while I was at work, and she goes, "I scored at the bins." I'm like, "What do you mean? What did you get that I didn't see?" And she goes, "No, the mirror." I'm like, "Well," I was like, "I don't want to ship a mirror." She goes, "No, silly. That's for the house." But I said, that probably was, I don't know. It was heavy, so I'm guessing it was probably like $5 or $6 or something we probably paid for it, or whatever the thing fee for that was. I don't know what it was, but compared to, even if it was 45, I mean, that was huge savings.
Looks like Tommy's getting ready to list some hats.
Yeah, I was amazed. Out of the whole bin, there's 40. You called it pretty much on this thing. 40 sellable hats, and then there was 4 that I would not sell. On eBay. So you might end up in auction, but I wouldn't sell them on eBay. And I paid $10 for the whole bin.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. So yeah, there's my 30. Hopefully I can get these all listed today. Like I say, hats are pretty easy,
Yeah.
I'll
sit there and churn through hats.
You probably have $1,000 in hats, easy right there.
I think I might film a bins haul once we get done with this, so I can list some of the bin stuff today.
I mean, like I said, this one here, it still has the price tag on it.
Yeah, I mean,
so, New Era, Authentic Performance, Headwear.
I mean, that's a super score right there, man. I wish I found deals like that.
Like I say, I come across them. The thing is they're usually all like Milwaukee Brewers, the Green Bay Packers. There's some odd ones. Like there's a couple visors in here, even North Carolina, an Adidas visor, Patriots visor.
Adidas stuff sells good. I sold an Adidas hat for decent money. I think it was $15. I think I sold her $14. I had it in my What's Sold video.
A couple Napa racing hats.
That's probably what I need to do. I need to do a What's Sold video. I haven't done one in a little while.
So I'm going to. That's
Texas.
That actually might be the Longhorns.
That's a college team, Texas.
I thought for a minute that was the Brahma Bull, but no, that's Texas. Yeah, you're right. Brahma Bull is a little bit different.
If it didn't have the brown in it, it could have possibly be, but because it has that brown, it's the University of Texas.
See, that's why I need to list them in a hail, because sometimes I don't know what they are, because I'm not a real big sports follower.
Yeah.
So I need your guys' help.
Hey, I'm definitely.
I should send this one to
sports
Tracy. Guy. These are the style hats Tracy always wears.
She rocks those.
It's a Jaeger.
Meister.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see her rocking that.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah, those are the kind of hats I always see her in. Brand new DC. I don't know if DC's worth anything. It's brand new.
Uh-huh.
Those sell. I don't know what they what they go for exactly, but I'm sure they go close to what normally the new era hats go for.
Be a lifeguard. That's probably like a $5 hat right there.
Yeah.
Starline Trucking. Anybody know anything about that?
What is that? Starline what? Trucking? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, trucking hat always sells. I've done well with trucking stuff.
These I do real well with. The beer hats. Like Miller,
well,
then it has like,
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Those usually, sometimes I can mark those up a couple bucks. I can, I've gotten like $16, $17 for these if they're in real good shape.
That looks vintage.
So what do you guys think I should do today? Do you think I should get an early start on listing, being that I have the working hangout at 2, or do you think I should go wear my GoPro to Goodwill?
Well, do you need to source?
No, but I want to.
I know, that's my problem. That's my problem.
Right. I don't think anybody.
My thing is like I got like a week's worth of videos right now. Normally, like I've been real lazy at filming lately. Full transparency, outside of lives, I've been super lazy with filming. So normally I'm like 3 weeks to a month ahead on like pre-recorded videos. I only have about a week's worth of content right now. So I was thinking about just going and grabbing a quick video like in between the end of this and the beginning of the hangout. But I guess it depends, because I want to record this bins haul in between too, so that way I can actually list my bin stuff.
Yeah, I would just do the bins haul. You know what I mean? If you already have a video basically there and you want to list the stuff, that's a two birds with one stone type situation right there.
Yeah. I'm just feeling major FOMO because I haven't really sourced this week at all.
You got a sickness when you're going through sourcing withdrawals.
I know.
I go through that big time because I only source basically like twice a week.
I've forced myself not to source much at all since I've been back from Derek's because my house was so overrun with inventory. So I get to the point where I miss it. I feel like I'm missing out on all kinds of good deals because I've been stuck in my dungeon listing.
I miss the yard sales already, man. I've been itching.
FOMO is fear of missing out.
There we go.
I've been itching to do it so bad.
I should wear this because it's got my name on it.
It does, yeah.
But it was like yesterday we ran to the post office and we were coming back, and on Thursdays we have that $7 bag sale that I was telling you about at our local thrift store. It's like, oh, it's Thursday, $7. I was like, we don't need no more stuff right now. If I go in there, I know I'll say, well, I'm just going to go in there and look for I'm going to scan the store real quick and see if there's any really good finds. But then I end up with stuff like this that's listed for 50 cents that I know I'm going to pull $15 out of.
Yeah.
I end up with a cart full of that stuff, and then it sits down here in a pile.
Yeah.
That's
it's
why
just kind of like having money in the bank,
That's why I force myself to list some of my bin stuff already, because the last time we went to the bins, I didn't list one thing yet.
Really?
Yeah, I still have it. I mean, a lot of the stuff was for the kids. They found a lot of toys and they wanted and stuff like that. And my wife found a bunch of knickknacks because she likes that type of stuff. So probably half the trip it was stuff like that. But this time it was more stuff for resale. And I already sold one of the things at that pumpkin jack-o'-lantern thing that makes it a BB-8 or whatever it was. Star Wars. That was pretty cool. Sorry, I got some of my money back. That was $10 out of my 50 so far. minus fees, of course.
And I have a big box. It's a big old box. A plush I got to get listed too. If I can get those two things out and put away in inventory, that would free up a lot of room.
Yeah, I keep telling myself I got to get going on plush because I have 5 of those zippered IKEA bags filled with plush that are not listed yet. And then I have, I think, only 3 that are filled that are listed. And I can fit 2 totes in one of those zippered IKEA bags. So,
see, like moronic pest. Why I said I don't need to source for a year yet. I still go to flea markets on Sunday. Look, it's a sickness, man.
It is. It's because we fear that we're going to miss like the super score of a lifetime. You know,
that is fun. You know what I mean? Like, I get to be that weird guy who wears a GoPro at Goodwill. You know,
I always like how I get the looks, and some people they'll purposely like run out the way, like they'll just scatter. Like I went to Staples one day, and I had a couple look towards me, and I had my my book bag cam on, and next they just like took off like I was like some special like code ops thing or something.
I like that though. You know what I mean? Like when people see you coming with the GoPro, and then they just get out of your way because typically, like if you don't have that, people are just like in your way, getting all the good deals. They're like, oh crap, this guy's coming around the corner with a camera. Let me get out of the way.
So when you guys wear your cameras, your GoPros, how do you wear them when you go like into the thrift stores? Do you hold them? Do you hat clip them?
I put the book bag on, and then this goes over my shoulder. So like I'll be walking around, the GoPro will be like right here.
Okay.
That's why sometimes you guys will see the beard cam because depending on where the book bag sits, it kind of catches some of this fluff. So I got to brush it down or maybe pull it until
put it in a ponytail.
Yeah, just go like this and flip it out like this.
So now I got to find a book bag. I'm sure I have some down here.
The clip that I have, and then the one I sent to Anthony, the link, it was like $9.99 on Amazon for it. So it was pretty reasonable, and it works pretty good in my opinion.
Here, I'll show it to you real quick. I already got crap on it.
I don't know if that's the same exact one that RVA Flips uses or not.
I think he uses a different one. This one,
turn that sideways. No, like just flip. You know what? I got one of those came with my kit, and I thought it was like to wear around your wrist or something.
I mean, I guess you probably could if you have a little wrist, but
yeah, I was like, it's kind of small, it's kind of tight.
Oh yeah, you just basically strap it around the backpack thing, and then here, let me pull out my actual GoPro so I can show you. I put it back in my backpack because I didn't know if I was going to go Goodwill after this, so I was prepared. Get it off of Jerome here.
What do you use your backpack for besides holding your camera?
I put like IKEA bags and like bin gloves and stuff like that. So
batteries.
Typically, both of them come with this like little clippy thing on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll literally slide right in. So then while I'm walking, you know what I mean? It'll be like I normally face mine down a little bit so you can see like what I'm reaching for and stuff, but you can also see because it's like wide angle with the lens, so you can see in front of me too. So yeah, that's literally all you do, and then slides in and out real easy, same as it does with the stick.
Yeah, because with the backpack like that, you have both hands, digging in the bins, or if you had a yard sale, I'm able to source and look up stuff if I wanted to comp and see what something was, or whatever. If I'm you're a yard sale, you see a bunch of good stuff, you want to hurry up and throw it in your hands and keep going and grab more stuff. So it just you're able to source like basically like normal versus you're holding a camera, people looking at you with the camera like this. Having it on your shoulder, I mean it's a little better than having like
that's why I haven't really filmed anything, because I'm like, well, I got the hat clip, where I can mount it on my hat and then kind of tilt it down so you can see what I'm looking at, but I'm like, wow, that's real obvious. You got this big thing on the brim of your hat. And then I also have the chest flake strap where it would sit like right here.
Yeah.
So you just gotta at some point get to a point where you just don't give a crap what people think.
Yeah,
I guess
where I'm at right now. Like it's a little different when you're going to somebody's house. Like when you're going to a private residence with it. Like for me, up until this point, I've just been using my phone, but literally, like I'd be walking around just like with my phone like this, like up against me, and just like, you know what I mean, getting footage that way. I mean, sometimes it's like I just don't give a crap because there's a lot of people around and no one seems.
I find it real easy to film with my phone.
Yeah.
Not this way though. Only up and down if I'm wearing a pocket shirt because the pocket
in there
comes to about right there. So it just looks like I got my phone in my pocket.
I saw Kelly went live at the thrift store the other day, hip flipping mama, and she was like, "Guys, you're gonna be in my cleavage cam." So I don't know if she like just rested there. But then she pulled out her phone. She's telling people, "Hey, say hi to YouTube." You know, like Kelly gives like zero craps. Like she'll straight up, you know, she'll film wherever. So
Lindsay Glenn did that. She did a cleavage cam. She even had like a jacket, and then she had like between the jackets, like you really feel like you're like in between.
Yeah, I seen that one. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was an older one. I seen that. It was just funny because like the whole vantage point and just how you're hidden. It was just funny, like how it's situated.
Well, at least you know somebody walks by and makes eye contact with what they're looking at.
Right? Like, I knew you were looking at my face.
Right. Well, we still got 31 people watching now, but we probably should wrap it up because Dee's going to be starting.
Yep.
And I need to take a potty break, refill my coffee, and
I'm gonna film this this haul here, and then I'm gonna get something to eat. Take the dogs out, feed the cat.
Yeah, I'll definitely come in at 2 with you because, like I said, basically this weekend's eBay weekend for me. I got a lot of stuff to list and go through, and listings to edit, and I have tons of stuff to do here. So I would love to do a workout. So it'll keep me motivated versus drifting off into sourcing online.
Well, if you get bored, Nate, you're not doing nothing. Maybe if you wanna run something for an hour or something before Anthony starts his, keep each other motivated and moving.
For sure.
Yeah, I have to get.
I may jump in too because there's a chance I might stay behind. It just depends.
And you got your
2 hours, and I have to film a video like pretty much right after this.
So you're starting yours at 2, you said?
2, yeah. I just did that to give Dee enough time to take her time with her show.
Are you scheduled for it?
Yeah, I'm scheduled.
Let's see, you got a link handy, or otherwise I can drop the link so people can.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I dropped a link in our Facebook group too. I'm going to re-drop the Facebook link too. If you guys aren't part of our Facebook group, go ahead and join. We're looking to grow that and basically just use that as a good place to help each other, promote each other, motivate each other, that type of thing.
Accountability. I like the accountability post you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I followed up with a comment on her like, I want to get 30 things done today.
Yeah,
because I have plans over the weekend, so I need to get on the ball. And then at the end of the day or tomorrow, I'll let you guys know if I accomplished my goal of 30 things.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to start doing like a momentum board or something for myself. Like
Need to do something.
So I want 3 people to join the group. Thank you for asking. Anybody else that wants to join, please click that link. We'd appreciate it. But I'm going to find the link that we have for the show later on.
Sean Jones says,
"Yeah, right."
First YouTuber to record with a garage sale with a selfie drone. That'd be crazy.
If I had a drone, I would do that. So if anybody wants to donate a drone, I'll do all kinds of crazy stuff with it.
It would be neat if you could get a drone. I mean, maybe they have it. I don't know. I'd love it.
I have the GoPro I could hook up to the drone. So
it'd be neat if you could get a drone. Like if you wear a device where the drone would just stay within a certain range of you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Film you without you having to sit. Because how you gonna garage sale and operate your drone and make sure you're getting the right footage angle? I mean, if you could get somebody to do that for you, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Follow you around with a drone.
I'll fly one over there from Pittsburgh.
Oh.
It'd be cool.
All right,
yeah, I gotta look into that momentum board. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Lonnie's video on it to see exactly like what he's putting on there. And
I think from what I've seen,
I need to do something. I need to motivate.
From what I've seen, from what I remember, it was like the amount of listings per day, and then what the total amount of the items listed. You know, if they sold for full price, what they were, and then just basically like a weekly and a monthly total. From what I remember, I mean, I could be wrong with it, but it's a pretty cool idea.
I just posted the link to the working hangout at 2 p.m. So if you guys want to join, please come watch. But I'll also drop links if you want to come be kind of on the panel and hang out with us too. That's open to everybody. You don't have to be a content creator.
Right. And that's kind of cool. It's fun to get to know people a little bit more, you know. I love
profits. Munhall is probably about 45 minutes for me.
Munhall for me is probably like probably about 45 minutes, I think, or maybe a little less.
Yeah,
because that's towards I think it's in the McKeesport area, so it might be a little less for me.
I'm pretty sure it's over by like Southside, isn't it?
No, I don't.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Somewhere in between.
I think Munhall is by like, isn't it by like White Oak and it?
I don't know. I always thought Munhall was like near the south side.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, basically
Veronica,
for me,
come hang out.
Yeah, basically for me, everything's like 45 minutes away from Pittsburgh area. So,
well, look at that.
What's that?
John Jones says that's exactly what a selfie drone does. It locks onto a person or object and just hovers and follows.
That's awesome, dude.
So I'm looking them up, and now I see them as cheap as $100.
Yeah. Too bad garage sale season's over.
Okay, so it's close to Squirrel Hill. Okay, yeah, Squirrel Hill. I'm probably maybe a half hour, 35 minutes, something like that from Squirrel Hill. So if you want to get together sometime, just let me know. Like we can hit up the bins. We can just go out to eat. You know, we can do something.
Yeah, I would love to meet other people.
Yesterday's live. I want to put together a network of the people close to Pittsburgh. That way we can kind of work together, help each other, hang out together. Like I would love to maybe even do like a monthly gathering of all the people in the area. You know, maybe go out to like Permane Brothers and eat or go out for wings or do something. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, it's a lonely business. Why not do it together? Type thing,
Yeah, I have a couple ideas, like like the pallets, like Anthony was talking about, or storage lockers, even like buying bulk shipping supplies, where we all save money and help each other, make more money. You know what I mean? Like that would be, a great thing, to help everyone out, and because let's face it, a lot of us aren't super mega sellers where we can spend $1,000 on shipping supplies and get it cheap like we need. Like it would be great to get and be a lot cheaper. So if we can, all group up together and grab stuff that we all use, and even if it's like I was thinking about buying a bubble machine where I make bubble wrap. You know what I mean, and make my own bubble wrap. I mean, that would be awesome, and that would save everyone tons of money because shipping on bubble wrap is what is a lot of the cost and what it is and stuff. So.
Yeah. Chris just said, now I'm forming a faction. Absolutely. You want to join, Chris? That's awesome.
Check out how small those selfie drones are, man.
That's really cool.
I'm going to have to get one, dude. That is neat.
What was that, $59.99 I was?
It was $89.99.
Oh, $89. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad.
I mean, they're little. But that's cool because then you just go,
Right.
Hey, you can still join from Tennessee, man. It'll just be the Tennessee chat. That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, if we did a gathering or a meetup or whatever, it doesn't have to be just Pittsburgh people. If someone wanted to make the drive and come up, I mean, I'm sure.
Well, I know me and Destiny are going to work on coming out that way.
If you come out, you can stay at my house for free.
Yeah, we'll take you up on that too.
I haven't ran it by Ashley yet, but I'm pretty sure Ashley likes you guys, so I don't think that'll be a problem.
And that's how we are too. You know, if anybody ever wants to make it over this way, like Rebecca, the flipping crooters, he came. You know, we had a camper. We have a pop up. You know, they stayed in there, so they had their own space. It's kind of cold for a pop up now, but I actually been looking at regular full size campers because I got a long. I'm in town, but I got a long driveway I can put on, so I can go at like a 30-foot camper for people come. You know, I know some people are kind of odd about staying in a house, you know, especially if you don't really know the person all that well.
Yeah.
So I actually thinking about buying a camper, used camper, decent, you know. So people, you want to come by? Yeah, you got your own space. You don't have to feel weird about.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would basically be staying in our spare bedroom, which is like Ashley's closet. So
Yeah,
I would just be like, Ash, grab the clothes you need like now, because like once that door closes, who knows what Tommy and Destiny are up to.
I'm gonna tell you that either you'd be sleeping with clothes or you'd be sleeping with plush because of that massive Disney collection that you guys got.
Touche. Yeah, I mean, we do have
party at Anthony's
downstairs. Heck yeah.
Be sleeping with Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore.
I know we're not going to be able to do anything before the end of the year. You know, after the new year, but we probably should be pretty good to take time.
There's a lot we can do too. You know what I mean? Like I could take you sourcing at a lot of the hot spots if you guys come out this way. You know, we can do meetups with like Nate. We can do meetups with like a lot of the local guys. You know, anybody that's like close to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Meet up with them. You know.
And that's the same around here too. You know, I'd like to do a meetup in this area, probably closer to Appleton than to where I live, because I live nowhere. You know, and I mean, if you wanted to have like a fun meetup, we got the Dells, man. Where if you want to like just put it on vacation mode for a couple of days, there's tons of stuff to do there. But if you want to do like a sourcing meetup, Appleton, me and Destiny spent 4 days in Appleton, and this is why I want to move there. 4 days in Appleton. We got up, we ate our awesome complimentary breakfast from the motel at 6 a.m. We're out the door till like 6 o'clock at night. We still were not able to hit every thrift store in the area.
Wow.
Like we hit like maybe a third of them.
Yeah.
Wow. You must have a lot of thrift stores. I mean, we have some, but we'd have known near.
Profits is coming out your way in the summer, Tommy.
What's that?
Peddling Profits is coming out your way in the summer.
Hit me up. I love to meet people. Like I say, I don't have any resellers. We don't have a lot of friends here. I don't like the town we live in. I don't care for the people. It's one of them places that like you drive through and people will come visit and they're like, oh, it's so nice here. It's so cute, until you live here and you learn the inner workings of the county.
Yeah.
But anybody gets up this way, man, or even close, we'll travel. I have no problems with jumping in a car and driving 2 hours, you know.
Old School Picker has the same dream as you, Tommy. Live in an RV and just travel the world sourcing.
Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. That's why I want to ramp the Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about it. You know, you're going to all these stores and stuff. You're buying stuff, and as long as it's a good enough ranking or whatever, I mean, it's basically cash in your pocket for the difference that you're sending it in with. You know what I mean? So
I would love to go to San Diego, Gary.
Yeah, I would love to go. I mean, to San.
I've never been to
California or. I love Florida. I've been there so many times. You know,
we go to Florida every year. Ash is like obsessed with Disney at this rate, so I'm trying to talk her into. I want to go to the UK, like really bad. I've been wanting to go there for like several years now, and it just keeps getting put on the back burner for Disney and cruising and all that other stuff. But yeah, I want to go over to the UK, spend like a week or two there. I might go to Australia too, and like I want to go all over the world. I want to go all these places I haven't been. She keeps wanting to go to the same places.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you know are a lot of areas that are beautiful, and the food and the culture. And
I was West Mac Gary said you guys should come to San Diego. I was just talking to Destiny about that. I want her to, because I think it's beautiful down there in the San Diego and like Chula Vista area. And I want to take Destiny out there to see what that's like, because it's completely different than anything she's used to.
It's like Driftmine just posted a video. Make sure you guys check that out at some point today. Always have real good content.
Check those. See. Adventure Van Man.
Yeah, she wants. Michelle said I could talk her into Disneyland Paris. She wants to go all the different ones. For the longest time, I wanted to go to Japan to wrestle whenever I was still wrestling professionally, and Ash wanted nothing to do with it at all. And now that they have a Disney over there in Tokyo or whatever, now she wants to go to freaking Japan real bad.
I didn't even know there was a Disneyland in Paris or.
Yeah, they're putting them everywhere now. Pretty much, I think my only chance to get to the UK is whenever they do a Disney over there, and then I can talk her into going.
Yeah, I had no idea that they were all over like that.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy. He says he thinks D is off today.
Oh, really?
Hey, all Tommy, right. I said to Tracy earlier, I was watching your show last night, and I thought it'd be a really cool concept if one of these mornings you guys invade the morning show.
Look at that invite. Gary says, any of you guys come to San Diego, I'll pay for your entire hotel stay.
Wow.
How soon can I come, Gary?
That's a heck of an invite. That's generous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Now you got me thinking how many days I got left. I can go vacation.
That'd be nice to go down there like dead set of winter, get away from this cold, man.
Right. The weather change went from, 90 degrees, now it's like 40s and 50s, like really fast. Like it didn't go to the 70s where you can kind of get
we didn't have that medium weather. It went from hot to cold.
Yeah, it just flicked the switch, and I went from running ACs to now possibly starting to run my heat. Like that's what I contemplated this morning when I woke up. It was pretty cold in my house, and I'm like, should I kick the heat on? And I'm like, I really don't want to kick the heat on. So I just kicked it for a minute just to warm it, get a little warm, warm the house, just give it a little touch of heat.
Right. We're actually supposed to touch into the low 60s today and tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm kind of excited about that.
That's awesome, Gary. I'll honestly, dude, I will most likely take you up on that sometime because I've never been to the West Coast and I've always wanted to. And one of my really good friends is he's from Ohio, but he lived a lot of his life in San Diego, and he talks about San Diego all the time. So I've always wanted to check it out. So.
Yeah, the farthest I ever went was Minnesota for me. So, I mean, you watch all these movies and TV shows, you see how California is and San Diego area. It's beautiful and the beaches and stuff. I would love to be out that way.
Morning, Ansley. I'll try not to call you dude today like I did a couple weeks ago.
I haven't seen her in a while. She's been hiding.
I see her all the time on Tommy's channel.
I'm usually sleeping by the time Tommy. I've been trying to go to bed earlier. I was usually staying up and listening and just watching YouTube and stuff, and then I switched back to a little earlier schedule and trying to wake up earlier now. Sometimes I'd sleep in and have to hurry up and pack and just go to work. So I didn't like that because I didn't have any morning time. I need time to wake up and stuff. So I just switched my schedule around.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tommy and Tracy do a great job in their show. I like watching their content. They're funny and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I'll even go back and watch it sometimes, after it's over, if I miss it, which I normally don't because that's the sound in my house, after they go live, because Ash normally goes to bed early because of work. So I just throw them on my phone and, I'll just listen to them all night.
Okay. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to shut this down because
cool.
I got to take a potty break. I got to stretch my back, and
sure.
I got a whole tub of hats I gotta get listed.
Yep. So anybody that wants to come join us at 2 p.m. on my channel, we'll be doing a working hangout. So nothing spectacular. We're just trying to motivate each other to get some listings done because I've been a bad boy this week and I haven't listed a whole lot. So I need to rectify that. Start the weekend off strong.
Yep.
Oh, dude, last night was awesome, Tommy, having Zahir and Ronnie on. I enjoyed that show.
And then for anybody that isn't subscribed to Nate, I do have his link down in the description.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure you head over there and
Let's get him to 200, guys. He's been in like these 170s and 180s too long. Let's get this into 200. Look at that beard. You mean to tell me that beard is not worthy of 200 subscribers? That beard alone should have 200 subscribers.
Right? It's resale approved.
Exactly.
all right, guys, I'm gonna hit that M button.
All right. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on